Good morning, Sassy Fam, and welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. We have officially entered Taurus season, so we are back in the moo-moo. Yay! Taurus season! Yay! For moo-moos! Yay! But before we get into that, today's reading, we're going to go ahead and do the check-in for yours and theirs. Like always with yours and theirs, take it resonates, leave it does not, and reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs, as energy exchange and interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. Having said that, your person that I see on this board today, might be about or include the energies of a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex of 5 years ago. It happens, right? But also it asks that you make space for those other common energies too, such as family, work, goals, spiritual development. It happens, right? Just to let you know, that might be part of your reading. Absolutely. But going back to the main point, take what resonates, leave it does not. And do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all, which I know is frustrating. But it's also normal. If that's the case, check other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. You guys, like I said, it's Taurus season. It's time to chill. It is time to chill. It's time to relax. I had, like I always do, an intense Aries season. And like always, it's just the blink of an eye. And here we are. So today's big plans include our message today. And then we're going to have a wonderful, indulgent nap. It's going to be the best nap ever. I've been looking forward to it all week. Now, it's been an intense week, as discussed with the Thursday check-in, estimates and things like that that's still going. Trust me, when I have more to say, I'll have more to say. But right now, we're gonna focus on that nap. I'm really excited. Cinnamon, she's doing well. In fact, she's not here today. Today is her first day back at doggy daycare. Yay! And she was so excited. Let me tell you, she's back at full energy levels and she lost her little mind. Like I said, I have the afternoon to myself and I'm psyched, honey. I'm so psyched. So let's get your message started. Let's kick off Taurus season right. Let's all head for the chill zone, okay? I will see you for the Thursday check-in. I'll see you for some shorts. And also, P.S., I'm working out the schedule for the next round of in-depth readings. That's coming. But you guys, I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, what's up? What's going on? Show me Leo. And their person. Show me Leo and their person. What's up? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. So I explained in that intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's going on? The Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, Temperance, the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands, Ten of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. You're the Chariot, moving on, moving forward, powerfully so. Beautifully so, actually. Quite simple, too. It's lovely. I like that. I really do, because I like... I really appreciate the kind of simple sense of self. This is where I'm at. I know it. I'm tuned into it. I keep myself in the present, but also I recognize that part of me is moving forward. Energetically, spiritually, emotionally, physically. And that's where you are. And it's lovely. I'm moving forward. Some of you in a very powerful way, others of you in very simple ways that feel good and measurable to you. Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups. Wow, look at that. Like, I'm okay, I'm all right. Yeah, that's great. You are feeling yourself, but in small and simple ways. Three of Pentacles, you're working on something. And it brings out some good feeling in you. Okay, lovely soft heart space. You're just open. You're just so beautiful, so open, to give and receive love. You're like, it's all good. But specifically, you're working on something, Three of Pentacles, and it kind of brings out those qualities in you that say, joy, I'm connected to me. So in the overall greater scheme of things, you look great. Feel great. You're moving forward in your own emotional development, and also in some sort of goal that's real to you, and you're working through it, and I love it, and it brings you joy. I love that. Temperance, Six of Swords, Ten of Wands. Well, don't know who that is. But someone's kind of like, I have to move on and I have to deal with it. That's my responsibility. It's hard, though. It's very hard for this person to not just move on, but get over it, too. That's a rough temperance, you know. 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands. I don't know when it drifted away from you, but the acknowledgement here is temperance. It's some time ago. You showed me how you're moving on, and they're doing that, but they struggle with it. So you two have really different outputs. This is something then that you have been ready to move on from for a while and do other things and feel other things. And this person's like, I acknowledge that I need to move on, but it hasn't been so easy for me. I'm still working through it. Okay. 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands. It's not easy for them. I am still seeing them attached to you because they're still showing me the mechanics of working through this spiritually. It's very slow. 10 of Wands. They're reluctant to fully part ways from your two's connection. And that's really going to delay healing if we haven't fully accepted it. Like I said, they know it's their responsibility to, but the actual healing from the separation, they get lost to the heaviness of it, so there's reluctance here to really pay the bill, if you will, or completely accept the separation. And it's... Anyway, it's there. It doesn't seem to be directly connected to you anymore. But just want to let you know that you two are still linked in your own kind of way. 9 of Wands, 10 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Looking back on this, you both acknowledge this in some way. But looking back on this, you two just could not or would not fit in each other's lives. Most likely one, but perhaps 2 of you, refused to make space. There was always a chafing element there. 10 of Cups is our inner circle. It's actually pretty easy to develop if everyone understands their place of love and support, and it's being offered in an authentic, genuine way. Then boom. Congratulations. That's one of your inner circle people. Doesn't always work out that way, and that's why often we understand that family is family, but sometimes it's a choice. We can't harmonize with all family members, and it's, you know, the same is true with friends and lovers and things like that. You know? But like I said, one or both of you could not find peace in the inner circle. In fact, someone constantly kind of forbade it or always put a wall up. Do not assign me emotional significance, or I won't make it easy for you if you try. So looking back on that, that's kind of like hindsight is 20/20. It's pretty straightforward now, right? And I can see that you're a Leo who currently in present day puts value on emotional access, forwardness, positivity, being open to love for the self and others. And you mean that authentically. Okay? So you're kind of telling me what the story was, and by their own admission, it's very hard to fully part ways with this, like really allow themselves to heal from it. That would mean part of this then, they need to accept it as part of their truth. Okay? I'm not saying you're perfect, but I am saying that I can see you've done your work, you know? But temperance is attached to them, so I do wish them well. They know what part they need to play in their own lives still when it comes to your two's connection. But yeah, I wish them well. I'm sure you do too, given the peace that I see in your heart, you know? Okay, let's get some advice, please, for Leo. 8 of Wands, 9 of Wands. There's that 9 of Wands again, Knight of Pentacles. This energy always has this way of hanging back. It's always several beats behind you. You know? From their point of view, it's because they failed to do or say the right thing. No, no, no. That's the problem right there. If they were too slow to speak or too slow to act, or that's where the real issue is, and I think that's why they still struggle with healing. Again, they understand it's their role right now to accept that it's fully parted ways from, and they find that hard to let it go spiritually and emotionally, and that's because they're still hung up on the wrong detail. They still think it was a matter of miscommunication or slow action. I was too slow, or I didn't say the right thing. No. It was the greater scheme of things. That's where the real Nine of Wands came from, was that it doesn't matter how slow, frequent, or infrequent the communication or action was. It was the fact that at the end of the day, you or I failed to make space in the other person's life in a way that was authentic. I wasn't allowed a structure in there. You shouldn't have to argue over things like that. You should know what I meant to you or mean to you. You know? Yeah, no, I mean, that's why they're still hanging back. I thought it was a matter of communication, timing, and speed. I'm sure that played into it, but that wasn't the real issue. That wasn't the real issue. You know? It was access to authentic feeling. Understanding why we're connected and making space for each other accordingly, you know? Understanding when I say, like, I love you, that's not a feeling. It's an action too, you know? Okay. Yeah, there it is again, Knight of Swords. That's what the real value came down to, was the Ten of Cups. And the Knight of Swords, this is where, you see the Knights, how different they are? One thinks it was a mechanical issue down to language or how we expressed ourselves in the act. It's no, Knight of Swords, this is where the real work was, taking action towards that Ten of Cups. Okay. Harmonizing things. I got you. All right, no. That's all really straightforward. Leo, honey, I want you to continue on. And these beautiful feelings that you have of being present, but future-oriented as well. I don't know what it is you're putting your Three of Pentacles into. It could be that you're opening up to new friendships. I am actually seeing that as work orientation in some way, something that you're growing, and it pleases you deeply from the heart. But it could be that you are forging new friendships and new connections, and it just feels good. It feels good to kind of add to your Ten of Cups, because I think that's ultimately what you're showing up for, is who are you deeply connected to and why, of meaning and significance to you. And that's beautiful, you know? So I love where you're at. I hope you love where you're at, more to the point, and that you are enjoying that emotional expansion. And good luck on your Three of Pentacles, no matter what form it takes. You know, be it friendship, be it work, be it a little bit of everything. Abundance. I told you, I felt like it had more to do with this growing sense of personal security. But in the process, no doubt you are forging new connections and new friendships and things like this. But yeah, no, there's an abundance here that you want, and you're seeing results, and it feels so freaking good. You know, that's that's lovely. I love it. Congratulations to spring. You're seeing the results now. Heck yeah, you are. And why do you think you're like, But this is one of the benefits of people who don't say, I'm moving on, but they actually live it. When they live it, when they allow themselves to feel it, they act on it, the world starts to change just a little bit. It doesn't seem like a lot at first. It's by degrees, it's day by day, sometimes it's hour by hour, but nevertheless, you know? We're not aware how much a flower has grown unless we were the ones who planted the seed. But we say it takes time. You've been planting some good seeds. Anyway, it's in direct reflection of what you had to move on from. Busy, distracted, hidden I know, and that's not you. You're so different. This is not hidden emotions, so I know it's not you. Okay, someone here has the intuitive process, but they don't listen to it. it's easier to hide from it. Hidden emotions, and they keep themselves busy and distracted. There's always a reason why. There's a reason why my text or my email, I didn't say the words I was supposed to. I had this on my mind. I was doing that. I was disconnected. You know. So there still is that conviction. No wonder their healing process is dragging out. You're out here and they're further back here. It's dragging out because they're still focusing on the wrong thing and making excuses for it. So like I said, Temperance is still attached to them, so I wish them well in their healing journey. I'm sure that you would too. I have no doubt. But really that busyness, distractionness, and this is what I meant to say, and I should have said it. When you see that that's a pattern attached to someone, it's not a coincidence. It shows you just how out of touch they are with the Ten of Cups process. Okay? There's always excuses about why you and I aren't harmonizing today, tomorrow, next week, or in a month. Okay. I am with you all the time. Okay. In reverse. No, you two aren't physically connected. It's more like that sense of every now and again you feel it. The connection, you have the impression, and they do. So no, they're not with you all the time. But the healing process is definitely slowed down. You will get through this. Okay? For your part, I don't see you trying to feed the connection at all. You know? You've learned to give that up. To stop hoping for it, so on and so forth. And that's not a bad thing. It's just you work through it. I would have harmonized with you if I could, but I couldn't. I accept that. Z, L, G, K. We have the crescent moon. Some of you follow the way of the moon, or the last crescent moon, or the upcoming crescent moon is going to be important for some of you. We have the owl, upright, great sense of wisdom, smart, intelligent, observant, open eyes. Okay? Seeing things for what they are. And then the medallion of Cancer. So you have some very strong Cancer in your chart, can be, connecting to, or their season might be important to you. Okay? Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. I don't want you to underestimate how beautiful this is. Chariot, moving forward, not out of a sense of anger, frustration, resentment, but because you did the work and you understand this is where you're supposed to be, and you can't imagine being anywhere else, specifically feeling anything less than what you're feeling now. And as you work through something that represents your own sense of abundance in spring, the more you connect to it and experience success with it, the more joy it brings you. It's like, I always wanted to do this. And also, P.S., I'm making new friendships and meeting new people and connecting to new ideas, and it feels great. I know. All right, keep that going. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Shimmy, Saggy, and their person. What's up? What's going on for Saggy and their person? Righty-roo. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the word as I explain that intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's going on? Six of Wands. Tower. Oh, my. Seven of Cups. Yeah. Temperance. Your power card. Ace of Swords. Judgment. Queen of Cups. King of Cups. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Ten of Swords. To be clear, some sort of disturbance happened. I have someone connected to you in the role of support and love, and not for the reason of the actual explosion that I'm saying here, or the upset. Ten of Swords. Yeah. It was painful, and like I said, disruptive, bare minimum. Whichever that Ten of Swords represents. Six of Wands. Here's the irony. Before it happened, you felt actually really good about a particular situation or circumstance. I would even say jubilant, joyous, accomplished. Look at me. I deserve this recognition. I deserve this moment in time. And then the Tower said, we take it all back. Huh. Seven of Cups, I see you open to what happened, as one might expect. So I don't quite know what went down. It's going to be different for each of you. Where it kind of feels like you had the rug pulled out from beneath your feet. And there's a sense of betrayal here, upsetting. We thought something was going to head in a particular direction. Turns out that wasn't the case. It almost feels like you were misled a little bit. Okay? Because that looks like a false victory to me. However, you had prior to that, I believe, reason to celebrate. You thought you had won something, or that something was coming out in your favor, and then that was pulled out from beneath your feet. So, Seven of Cups, that's not a bad response, to be honest with you. It's like, what the hell happened? I'm curious too. But you're not alone in figuring that out. Temperance, Ace of Swords, Judgment. I have someone connected to you who's in the process of helping you sort that out. They don't seem to be as immediately attached to that Ten of Swords and Tower as you are, so their insight is a lot clearer. Like the amplification of this person, their insight, sensibility specifically, is very high. And that's simply because you are in the reactionary state. This person was an outsider looking in. So they weren't affected, apparently, by this Ten of Swords or Tower, but they are offering with them a great deal of insight, a lot of it. Healing, recovery, what did we learn from this? What can we learn from this? You know, and I think with this person's direct help and or contribution, you're able to look at this with a Seven of Cups, which I think is phenomenal, because you're over here like, what happened? What just happened? What? No. 1 minute I'm celebrating, the next this is pulled away from me. A victory here is pulled away from me. Okay. So your Seven of Cups reaction is calm. And someone here, I think, is really helping you with that. Again, they're in that space of an outsider looking in. So they weren't directly affected by this, but they are directly trying to help you figure out what the heck is going on. So with them comes packing a lot of insight, good observation, good sense of direction, focus, and what are we learning from this? How can we work through it? How can we work through it? So, man, ooh, look at that info. I love the way that shows up. I don't know who that is to you, but that is the person you need right now when you needed them. So that's wonderful. And here's the thing. You two are both invested in this. You both share a frequency. So this may not be an intimate person. It seems to me if they were a person of intimate value, they'd have a little bit more insight on the situation, being directly affected by the Tower and the Ten of Swords. So what you two are showing me is that you have a deep love of each other and a mutual sense of respect from the heart space. Like you don't hide anything from this person and they don't hide anything from you. You are very much open to their influence from the heart and they are very much open to your influence from the heart. That's extremely authentic. So you two don't question each other at all. So you're both investing in the same line of query. And also it's in that respect of, I completely love and trust you. You completely love and trust me. So I don't know if this is a family member, if this is your best friend of 30 years. I have no clue. But the kind of connection you two have is really irreplaceable, which that's beautiful. This is great. I'm glad you have someone like this. And obviously, I have no doubt, for some of you, the roles are reversed. You know, clearly you've been in the situation where the shoe has been on the other foot and they didn't know what the heck was going on and they were bewildered, dazed, and confused, and you showed up like this for them once upon a time. That's how this kind of thing works. This is the kind of connection you two have. No doubt they've had their moments and you were there for them in time of crisis and frankly, what the... Okay, so I don't know what happened. Let's get some advice, because I'm actually terribly curious about that. I mean, terribly. Look at the way this person comes rolling in. This is that person who shows up on site, doesn't matter what day, what time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 3 a.m. on a Monday. Doesn't matter. You said you needed me. I'm here. Like, you don't... You two just roll. That's it. It's just understood. Like I said, it could have just as easily have been the shoe on the other foot. And I have no doubt there's been moments in your timeline where it was. And you were there, offering insight and condolences. And this is how we work through this. Okay. That tower, though, is very distinct. I see false victories all the time, and it usually comes with a heavy sense of, that's my bad, though. I gave myself credit, and I shouldn't have done that. This wasn't that. You legitimately had reason to celebrate. You were legitimately disappointed here. A hint of betrayal, whiff of it. It's like I was feeling good until I wasn't. That's what that moment is. Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Oh, I see. Small insight. No. No. Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Something that you were working on got blocked. Yeah, pathway stuff. Most likely work, but something that relates to the 3D. Something that you know has been there. You've been building on it. You've been working through it. So imagine, just for context, Seven of Pentacles. Let's say you have been working on a garden for years. It's something simple. It's elaborate, it's ornate, and it's taking time to develop it. But you're proud. You're proud of every square inch of it. Okay? You're very proud. You put a lot of good quality work into that garden. Everything is planting just so, and you're starting to see the results. And then let's say the next day you go walking over to your garden, and it's been completely uprooted. Everything. And on top of that, you've been barred from entering. You can't go back to work there. All your work's been destroyed, and you no longer have access to it anyway. You're going to have a... What the fuck? I thought this was mine. I was working on this. I put a lot of good quality of myself into this, and I was patient with it. I was growing something here. And now you're telling me I can't access it. Yeah. That's, roughly speaking, what I'm seeing for you. Oh, I'm so sorry, because you were experiencing some good results in there. You know? Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles. And the Six of Cups. Whomever your support system here is telling you to conserve your energy. Okay. Specifically concern your fire energy. It's a good friend. There you are, darling. Queen of Wands. Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups. They're telling you to conserve right now. Conserve your energy, conserve your anger, maybe. Okay. Hold on to what works. Hold on to the good feeling. We're going to sort this out. But they are suggesting to you to go into active conservation mode. Specifically conserving your feeling and your time, energy, effort, resources, and not to give any more to this. Okay. Okay. In other words, stop trying to get back into the garden. Let it go for now. We need to examine this. All right. And you're listening. For now, you're taking advice, but the two of you working through this, you're going to need more information before proceeding. And I'm sorry, I'm not reading all that today. I am very curious, though. I would like to see a follow-up. The courage to change. That flip back over. Some of you are now contemplating the Seven of Cups. Should I just completely walk from this? Change direction, change path. Okay. All right. Epiphany, reunion, avoidance, stalemate. Your initial reaction was to go back to this, probably demand answers, maybe show, express your feelings of disappointment, anger, frustration, as one might expect. Again, there's that union telling you to pull back. Hold on. We don't know everything yet. We had the insight. We had the big what the heck moment. Okay, fine. But they're saying, hold off just a little bit. They showed doing that twice. Okay. I'm not saying avoid this forever. They're not either. They're saying we need to take a moment to look at this before we act. And I think that that's correct. But now, action will come later when you have more insight. Because right now you're still busy going, what the... Okay. You had a good friend there. Okay. All right. Saggy, honey. Well, that's frustrating. We don't need this one. That's more the sad shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff that I associate with relationship energies. This is different. RKLD, we have the medallions of Aquarius as well as Gemini, keyword here being intelligent. Some of you have some very strong air in your chart. Could be connecting to, Ace of Swords is here, so possibly strong air energy present. And then also their seasons might be important to you, yeah? And then once more, the owl, more air energy. That sense of wisdom and insight, open eyes, observation skills, and intelligence are needed at this time. I agree. Eventually, there will be some sort of workable plan of action about what to do, but right now we need to assess, assess, assess. I agree. Practically speaking, it's a good function in this respect. Saggy, honey, at the end of the day, I hope this helped you. And I am sorry, there is nothing that will set anybody off faster than you disrupted my what? My work? My stuff. My stuff. Yeah, that's very upsetting. It represents real time, energy, and effort that can be accounted for. So let's hang back a minute, conserve our energy, and put in some thought into this. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, oh, wait, is that a delivery truck? I was like, I'll just pause right now. No, thank goodness. Okay, Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Oh, what can I say, honey? Here's to imagine a cup. Cheers to that Aries season. It was intense. It was powerful, swift, as always. But yeah, we're happy to shift downwards into Taurus season. And let me tell you something. It never really stops, the Aries influence, for me anyway. It's my moon. It's my rising. It's kind of like that feeling. There's several days where you're just like, I'm always on go. Always. So it's nice to shift down for even a little bit. Regardless, I hope that your birthday was fantastical. Show me Aries in their person, please. Show me Aries in their person. What's going on? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I say in that intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. Okay, Ace of Cups, the Star, the Nine of Pentacles. Bye. You don't need to be here. You don't need to be here. Bye. I'm and Christina, the reading. Yeah, and I'm saying you don't need to be here. The Aries I'm looking at, you good. Okay. All right, I know. We got a job to do. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Wands, and the Eight. Okay. I didn't do it. All right? I didn't do it. I read what's here, not what isn't. I didn't do it. King of Wands, the Four of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. High Priestess. Oh, okay. So you kind of had a little bit of foreshadowing. No, this is great. I love this for you. I love this for anybody. This is wonderful. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. Really, the intuitive process at the forefront of the Aries I'm looking at. You're like, it's with me all the time. Right? Like my Aries placements. It's with me all the time. The intuitive process. You're like, I'm in tune with it. I feel it. Okay? You're like, I abide by my intuition, or I try to. But you do a good job. And you're like, Christina, I'm feeling, intuitively speaking, that I might be ready for new love. I'm kind of desiring that. I'm not going to lie. What can I say? I'm a helpless romantic with the star there over the Ace of Cups. What are you going to do? Okay? All right? I'm a helpless romantic. I want the big love. You got the big dreams for the big love. And you're like Nine of Pentacles. Let's do this. So very strong, independent nature. I know. Nine of Pentacles for Aries. You're like, I'm here. I'm showing up for this. I claim this. I have experience. I know this feeling. I'm not going to deny this feeling. I want to lean into this feeling. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's have it all. Let's have the big love. Let's have the big feeling. I'm a pretty well-to-do Aries. I got my stuff sorted. Nine of Pentacles. Thank you very much. I can take care of myself. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I know how to do my own thing. I got stuff to offer. No, but you do. You look great. What I like is that you have an open heart to the desire of it. It's like you don't deny it. You're like, yeah, new love. And I want it to have lasting significance with the star. I want it to be the love, you know? I really want to desire it. When I fall in love, I want to fall in love hard. I can handle it. I like it, though, because you're saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do this. I'm ready. I couldn't be more ready. I am so prepared you don't even want to know how prepared I am for new love. Like, you are just... I love it. I love it. Do you see how beautiful it is? Isn't that lovely? Another lovely, cool, but warm colors. We got blue, purple, and green. Calmness. Sense of self developed. Livelihood. But also a touch of the fantastical. The willingness to kind of still believe in magic. But grounded in reality. Yeah, I know who I am too. But yeah. Yeah. I believe in the quiet side too. The quiet side, the intuitive process. Anyway, I love this. It looks so great. I could just go on and on. You look great. You feel great. I love this. Once more, I'm not telling you how to be. You're telling me what's up with you. So congratulations. The Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands. I just want to reiterate. I didn't do it. It's going to come on through. It took a minute. It's taken a minute. Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Wands. Someone spent a lot of time fighting themselves about whether or not to open up and talk to you. I don't know who it is. All I got is some wand action over a period of time. I know that sounds so dirty, but it is what it is. And I said what I said. Like I said, all I got is some wand action here stretched out over time. Yeah, well, they spent a lot of that time fighting themselves about whether or not to talk to you. So I would love to clarify that and see what the conflict is. We'll get some advice and perhaps they'll press upon the point. But for the most part, someone spent some time fighting themselves to talk to you. You big dreamer. No, it's not. You're very actually realistic and grounded. But you still believe in magical properties and love, the intuitive process. I love it. Okay. King of Wands, 4 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. You know what's interesting here? On the shared energy? That looks like what's the big deal? But when I look at your two shared properties, you're actually both, very founded in your own right. Okay? You're both actually incredibly stable. And there's a good chance you're both linked via community, networking, or resources in some way. Very good chance. You kind of already showed me your stability card, you know, who you are, what you can do. And they share similar properties in that sense of works hard, stable, prosperous, connected to a lot of folks. So are you. You both believe in passion in what you do, a driving force. You've blazed your own respective trails. A force to be reckoned with, creative elements in your foundation, this kind of thing, 4 of Swords. But you've both been resting, healing, okay? And really driving deeper and further into that 10 of Pentacles and foundation and making a particular way of lives. You for you and they for them. So while I know that doesn't look too impressive, someone's been struggling with the connection in terms of communication. It's... In a weird way, I kind of get that with struggling with words because, I do have a lisp stutter, but this is more like how to talk to Aries at all. It's kind of, I don't know. Because I know what it's like when my words physically, literally get locked. Okay, and my mouth has to do with the tongue muscles and the mouth muscles. But this is like someone who gets locked on their words just at the prospect of talking to you. I would just say that same level of dedication and passion we put into foundation, how would they use their words? It would be a similar fashion. Trust in the words. But something's coming on through. It's just taking a minute. And that's something that they need to do. Don't get me wrong, it could be you opening up towards them. It's just I see someone literally struggling with their words, you know. What to say, how to say it, and we can get lost to that. And that's... So I would just say, yeah, how we feel about our foundation, the work we put into it. There you go. That's the solution. how we do one thing is often how we can do another. If it's successful, yeah. You know, replicate the formula. That's all I'm saying. All right. Like I said, you had a feeling cooking there in the background. I'm not saying you know exactly how that communication will take shape and maybe even who it's from, but you have a feeling something's coming down the pipeline. You know? Let's get some advice, please. King of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Pentacles. Ow! Owie! Yeah, Ace of Cups too. This could be you, it could be them, I don't know. But the hurt there in the cup might cause the hesitation that I'm seeing with this person. This could be you, since you did show me an Ace of Cups, and that you've had pain. Yes, you've experienced hurt and love before, but practically speaking, you know what you feel and you're ready to move towards it. Perhaps you both experienced that in some way, you know. But yeah, if someone's very afraid of having their heart broken or speaking the truth, I could see the hesitation for sure. But practically speaking, they have access to the words and resources just like you do. Perhaps between the two of you, you both share this a little bit. Oh, but that Ace of Cups is strong. And the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be new. This could be someone we know. Like I said, you two have shared common attributes, such as foundation. But it might show up in the guise of new, as in connecting to it this way for the first time. I don't know. But when it does, it's quite strong. It's quite sincere. It's lovely, I would say. We just gotta find our freaking words, you know? Believe in our words, more to the point. Fire, yes you are. Aries, Leo, Sag, Ace of Wands energy. So now we got 3 aces. Self-worth, believe in your fire. Believe in your self-worth, believe in your words. Like I said, that's all wand action. Believe in the self-worth, and then you believe in your words. The words flow. That's more or less what this was. Okay. Okay. Listen to your intuition. Okay. Distance, retreat, timeout. This is someone whom we're at a distance from. Listen to your intuition on that. So if you want an idea of who this is someone whom we've taken space from. You know who it is in some way then. Okay. There you go. Higher self activation. Hierophant there a little bit. Okay. Just in case. Just in case. One or two. I'm with you all the time. Someone else had that same darned one. It is a completely different context. But I'm with you all the time. I want to be more than friends. Do you? I told you two were connected in some way. So there's a good chance already that you know who this is, and perhaps it came across as friendship. Something that's more in the high and by category. You know, we just occasionally stop and talk to this person. I don't know. And I want to be more than friends. Good. No letters, so I'm going to have to pull some. But we have Aquarius, Cancer. Keywords here being imaginative as well as friendly. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to other seasons, might be important to you. We have the butterfly here, a sign of transformation. And then we have the cat, tiger. Yes. Now I can do that better. We owl. Yeah. Intelligent, insightful, big eyes, observation, seeing things for what they are. 4-leaf clover, touch of luck, never hurt anybody. Let's get some letters. We have the letters F, G, T. We have the ladybug. Again, touch of luck here, both sides. And then we have the spider. And this is not in a threatening position. This is how I believe you two are connected, is through similar webs, network, resources, common environment, something like that. Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Good luck, you two. Be well. Aquarius, what's up? What's going on? Show me Aquarius and their person, please. Show me Aquarius and their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? Put aside explaining the intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's going on? The Ace of Wands, the Lovers, Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The Knight of Cups, the Tower, and the Queen of Cups. Okay. The Magician, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups. Okay. Yeah, Five of Pentacles, a little bit of brokenness there. I can kind of see that. Okay. Something that you have experienced with before that represents breakage, abandonment, instability. It looks like in some way whatever the scenario is being corrected. It's beautiful. Eight of Wands, the Lovers, Ten of Pentacles. Wow. Communication, either being generated by you or coming towards you. The Lovers kind of makes it hard to tell sometimes, strong connection. But two people reacting to it, bare minimum, spiritually and emotionally, which is what I see in the context a lot these days. But it's actually showing up for you in the 3T, in the Ten of Pentacles. What was unstable in some way is stabilizing. And it starts with communication. Okay? It's powerful. It's strong. It stabilizes. It's not just the emotional connection. It's 3D. Ten of Pentacles. Strong. The opposite of 5. Says something's cut in half. Destabilized platform. Lack of growth. But not only that. An abandoned project in some way. We give up on it. So whatever this is, like, isn't it funny where we find ourselves, you know? I'm talking to this person. Communication stronger than I recognized it. I'm connecting to this stronger than I recognized it. And it's like it's actually showing up in the 3D. What the heck? I think for some reason the Aquarius I'm looking at, that's the most mind-blowing part to you, is that it's showing a sense of stability over what used to be unstable. They have a different point of view. They're showing me the emotional connection and how they're being surprised. Knight of Cups, the Tower. Okay. Queen of Cups. Well, somebody had a moment. A strong one, too. Knights of Cups, that's kind of like saying a romantic feeling, vulnerability, expression. Tower says, I don't feel any of that. I don't feel any of that. I have no intention to feel that. I have no intention of expressing myself that way. That's not there. I don't feel that. The Tower contradicts it, says, well, we know that's what you thought. And the Queen of Cups is the outcome of that. So the heart space here is much changed between I don't need emotional influence and I have no intent of giving emotional influence to. I'm all heart on this subject. I'm completely open. So we did a 180 in there. You know? A 180 of the heart, and from your point of view, you experience something in terms of instability. Strong, but unstable. That's no good, right? So you're kind of surprised by how things are shaping up in reality, where it counts, where rubber meets the road, and they're surprised too, but in a very different way, how their heart's completely on board, whereas before it was determinedly absent. The Magician, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups. Yeah, the both of you are reaching for this, which is good. I hate seeing one person hang back in the summoning land of magicianship. Because with love, it's very tricky. It still represents choice. Just because we are summoning a love bond doesn't mean it's right for us, so we're going to get the response we want. We're still dealing with someone else's sense of free will. So, or lack thereof. So, you know, Manifestation, a lot of people find it's much easier in terms of goals and things they can actually wrap their mind around and put their work into. Okay? We have a stronger sense of results, but when it comes to love, no guarantee. But now I see two people literally pulling on this emotional energy in a way that's positive and says, I want more of this. The both of you are doing it. So again, once more, we had someone who was kind of like in the space of being in denial about what they were feeling in this. I don't know how long. I have no clue. I don't know. Whatever here, what I'm looking at represents a chunk of time that I'm not directly seeing. I know that they were in denial of the feeling or rejecting it or wouldn't allow it to come through long enough for you to understand that it was an unstable connection. It doesn't matter how strong it was unstable because you didn't have a reality to match it. See what I'm saying? And that's where the crux of the Lovers comes in. You can have a very strong connection, but if it remains unstable or refuses to take shape in a way that is actually, it's not going to stay. So I don't know how long it took to overturn the verdict in this person's spiritual energy from, I don't feel anything towards this, it's not like that, I'm not soft towards this, I'm not influenced by it, and I'm not vulnerable, to full heart. How long? I don't know. Time is time in tarot. But I got two people summoning this with full force now, or soon enough. Well, I'm showing up for this, and wild horses couldn't tear me away. What the major, I don't know what that tower was, honey, but I'm telling you, it was a moment you were not privy to. I sincerely doubt it. Towers tend to be very, very individualized, and when they're external, when we can actually see a tower happen to somebody, it's rare. But the real work takes place on the inside. The real moment, the real insight, the real, oh my God. That moment, I sincerely doubt you saw that. But it was enough for them to understand something that they needed to understand long enough or powerful enough for them to understand where their heart really was versus what they were telling themselves. And whatever it did its job. You know, magicianing love, equal love with someone else is a tricky thing. You have to understand in some way they want it back, or really there's no point. It's better to manifest love that's right for you, as opposed to designating it to a specific person. And I can see where it comes to the Lovers, we're very tempted to summon that one person's unique love. But again, free will. They may not acknowledge or realize their feelings ever. This person did. What are the odds? I don't know about you, but I like to defy the odds. Try to. I don't know. Try my hand at defying the odds from time to time. All right. 10 of Wands. The Sun. The Ace of Cups. No, it's hard. It's hard. Whatever this is represents a hard road, a hard path to happiness and love for both of you. And yet it was there. There they are under the deck, Lovers. 10 of Wands, the Sun, Ace of Cups. It's been a hard road in this love. Experiencing it, allowing ourselves to feel warm by it. And yet somehow, despite faults or failures, or maybe because of them, we're still allowed to access that path. To be clear, I don't like false hope, guys. I'm not into it. It's not my thing. I'll read what's here, not what isn't. This is the kind of stuff a lot of people tune into, hoping they'll see. The insight, that moment, that aha, that magic. Not many people get it, you know. Most of the time I show people things they don't want to see or hear. Because that's real terror reflects real life. But every now and again I see something like this, and you're like, okay, I remember what people watch. I hope it speaks to you. I hope it's yours. I do. Queen of Pentacles. Sense of security on this. Self-worth. Real. Really real. You know what I want to know is when that comes on through. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. For some of you, Gemini season. For others of you, third eye, intuition, clarity. Nurturing, caring, compassion, wish fulfillment. I know, I see that. I know you wish for them, wish fulfillment and love of the self and compassion, nurturing and caring. And it feels like part of you knew. I think the parts of both of you knew. I also have to insist for some of you the next water sign. We already had Pisces season, so the next one will be Cancer season, which really isn't that far away. It's right after Gemini season. So FYI for some of you. But it doesn't have to be. I really don't know, but I'm curious, I'm not going to lie. I don't know. Spring. Some of you, the new beginning begins in spring. Strikes in spring. Okay? Simply put. Okay. And because we are curious, yes. Some of you, FYI, Aquarius might be your Jupiter placement. Oh. How advantageous. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why I rejected a feeling. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm here today, except I feel like I'm supposed to be. I don't know. It was my fault, but I blamed you. Okay? Okay. We have letters Z, J, E, and then butterfly. Yes, obviously, whatever this is has experienced transformation. Subtle, though. Very subtle. But whatever this is giving me the essence or the vibes of being ripe. Okay? All right. Time. Grace, honey, I hope it's helped you. I do. Confirmation, if nothing else, and something to sigh over, if nothing else. Oh. Anyway, I hope it helped you. I kind of want a glass of wine. I just had that moment. For all the lovers out there, put it in the comments. Like I said, take care. Be well. Gemini, what's up? What's going on? Show me, Gemini. And the person, what's going on for Gemini and their person. Alrighty. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explained in the intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's up? The Fool. Two of Wands. Six of Swords. Hey, hey, hey. What did we talk about in that Thursday check-in, y'all? Go back and check it out. Like I said, hopefully I'm starting to see the collective shift. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Two of Swords. Seven of Swords. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Ace of Cups. The Nine of Swords and the World. Like I said, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not sorry to hear that. Nine of Wands is in the overview. Oh, happy day. I told you. Mark my words, y'all. Mark my words from that Thursday check-in. I understand what the collective has been through, and I also insist I see things happen sometimes on the collective scale. It's not going to always be different week to week, and sometimes there's multiple variations of a very similar theme. And I'm like, I know we are close to Gemini closing this out and really allowing themselves to be done with it. Again, Thursday check-in. I'm seeing the continuation of that thought. Nine of Wands. Block. Halt all activity. Holds up. You're mad, but I would say it's justified. Sometimes you need a little anger. I'm not saying I want you to live in anger. Absolutely not. I would never say that. I don't want you to live in resentment. I don't want you to live in bitterness. I don't want you to live in negativity, because then you'll saturate in that, and that's not how we want to live our lives. at the end of the day. But sometimes you need that anger boost in order to allow you to get space from this and understand what it is you're supposed to do. And like, I understand what it is I'm supposed to do. You're like, I still believe in being the Fool, which I appreciate you for saying that, because the Fool has a lot of good properties. We have to understand the difference between the Fool positive, which is being open to new beginnings, not being cynical, jaded, or shut down. And then there's Fool negative, just being foolish. And you're like, I appreciate being the kind of fool I want to be. I will be open to new beginnings because I want to be, because I actually believe in something, because I have faith in it. But I'm not going to be a fool for this anymore. Oh. You're like, that would just be foolish. Like, I made that decision. 2 of Wands, the 6 of Swords. Whatever this is, you're doing more than putting a wall up and getting space from it. You're going to shut this down. And I'm happy for you. I am. Okay, because I almost want to scream at some of you, it's about time. I've seen for a while now how your 2 sides have been warring, and it's been a good war. But aren't you tired? You must be, and honey, you're hard to exhaust. Gemini is very hard to exhaust. Not there. I mean, how tired do you have to be? Mentally for a Gemini, that's saying something. When you just can't. So listen, and for the Gemini I'm looking at, you are listening to yourself. And you're doing the right thing. And honey, there ain't much here to be a fool on. I'm sorry, said it. Page of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords. This person hides. We ain't got time for that. I don't have time for this. Do you have time for this? I ain't got time for this. It's passive. Not seeing the issue, not wanting to see the issue, not wanting to take responsibility. They get close to the idea of the Page of Pentacles and then they back away as soon as there's an admission of having to address this. Be forward with their thoughts, be forward with their thinking, make it declarative, make a decision, and stick to it. They're like, no, I can't commit to my thought I just had. I cannot commit to the action I was just about to propose. And it was my idea, but no, I can't commit. I'm sorry. I hope I don't disappoint you. And that's why you're like, I'm done taking a chance on this situation or person. There's no sense of presence of self, presence of mind. This person cannot make up their mind, never mind act on it. And it's so twisted in that sense of low functioning like this for a long time, you must be exhausted by it. I don't know about you, but I can't hang out and connect. I don't care what form they take. I don't care. Family, work, whatever. Intimate relationships. If someone's like, I refuse to make a decision. I refuse to make up my mind. I refuse to acknowledge a difficult situation. I refuse to own it. I refuse to talk about it. I refuse. I just refuse. Let me twist up my thoughts some more. But don't expect too much from me. That's exhausting. Aren't you tired? I know you are. Ace of Cups. It's a rhetorical question. Ace of Cups, 9 of Wands, the World. No, I mean, you can't show love this to anymore. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying the Gemini I'm looking at, you just can't and you shouldn't. I don't want you to keep exposing your beautiful heart to this over and over again. Ace of Cups, 9 of Swords, the World. Aren't you so tired? Aren't you so exhausted mentally? Aren't you so exhausted physically and emotionally? This is what you're showing me. So this cycle's getting closed out. And here's the thing. They're having kittens over it. You acknowledge it as truth, and they're like freaking out a little bit too late. But again, this is what happens when you refuse to have any sort of declarative. A thought that's workable. What if I'm wrong? What if you're wrong? At least you're contributing. What if you're right? How about you give me something to work with here that suggests that you want to function in this in some way? Instead of just throwing up hands and shoulders. I don't know doesn't work. Not in this. This is a really, just a minuscule example. This is that person, are you hungry? Yeah, I could eat. Where you want to eat? And I don't know. Let's say you've heard that for 50 years. What does that say about them? And what does that say about you? You've been asking the same question, the same person for the same scenario with the same response for 50 years. You're going to keep asking them? You could do. That's a choice. But for the Gemini I'm looking at, that's just not your choice anymore. Now, you take that small example, magnify it 100 times, that is life. Should we live here? Should we invest in this? Should we have kids? Should we be married? Should we do this? Should we do that? Major life goals, minor life goals, decisions. Decisions, just decisions in life. Just overall decisions in life. I don't know. I have the night. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't know why, honey, but you would know why. And I don't know who this is to you. I put it in an intimate space because it really ups the stakes in terms of partnership. But it could be anything. Whatever it feels like, it's always the pressure's on you to make a decision, to move things forward, and you just can't or won't anymore. But to me, it's like, why are you worried about this? You lost Gemini's heart space. How did you not know that was going to happen? Like, how did you not know? You can't claim 9 of Swords at the 11th hour. I mean, you ought to know. You helped contribute to the failure. So I don't know where that last minute stress is coming from. It's kind of like, I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Yeah, you knew it was going to happen because you helped make sure that it was. And then you did nothing about it. Whatever it is you were asking them to do, they couldn't meet that decision. They couldn't meet I don't know what the hell, honey. King of Wands, the Sun, Ace. You know what? A lot of people are showing me this. A lot of people are showing me that I want to be happy. I want to be in love. I want my energy to serve a purpose. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want to experience life. I just want to be happy. A lot of people are showing me this. With or without the context of someone being on board. This is you. This is you. This is what your aim is after this is cycled out. Okay? You still believe in passion. You still believe in warmth. You still believe in happiness. And you still believe in love. That's your advice. Move towards the sun. Turn your face up towards the sun. You will find yourself in your heart. I see how your heart is methodically disappointed and shut down towards this. It would like to open up beautifully in another direction. Whatever this is, honey, you can't afford to keep asking this person to hold your heart. Never mind, reciprocate, show respect, love. It's not giving you what you need. Right? Your advice, turn your face up towards the sun. There's someone who would meet you on the other side. I don't know who that is, but they are outside of this reading. Queen of Cups. Someone who actually would know what to do with your heart space. You seem to, but again, that's after cycle is complete. Continue to make progress. You will know joy sooner rather than later. That's all I can tell you. Congratulations. I promise you I shuffle the hell out of these cards, and people are showing me the importance more and more of moving on and letting go. And then sometimes the past comes back, but it's so much time has passed that it's been consolidated appropriately, and that's beautiful. I mean, an example of that would literally be your air cousin Aquarius. That was quite a surprise. Aquarius was too. Yeah, baby. Look, this person wouldn't know how to find their way out of a chair. It's self-sabotage, codependency, the lack of independence is kind of startling with this person. They don't trust their own thinking. Codependent, they need to be told what to do. That's no good. We need people to be able to act independently in and of their own right. Otherwise, they'll never trust themselves to make a decision, and you're not able to rely on them either in matters of the heart or 3D or otherwise. You know? It couldn't manifest out of a chair, honey. I mean, they'd question it, and then they'd stay there. Codependent, self-attack. I don't know. It's frustrating. That's not you though. I'm so attracted to you. Yeah, I saw that further out. That's natural too. I see you lit up for a cup that is yet to be, but you'll be interacting with it, like I said, sooner rather than later. And it's so simple too. Straightforward from the heart, but there is a passion there. Warmth of heart, warmth of feeling. It's so beautiful. It's so natural. I know you have trouble trusting. Finding out the truth crushes me. This person, for some reason, inherently doesn't trust you, but everything begins with the self, so let me point that out right now. For someone who doesn't trust their own mind, why would they going to trust you either? You know? Someone's so terrified to make decisions, they're going to say it's a you problem. You didn't lead me appropriately. You didn't tell me what to do appropriately. Excuse me. No. It's the other way around. Okay? It's the other way around, boo-boo. You, over the years, have given me reason to not trust you because you clearly can't make up your mind on the simplest of things. You put me in the position to stop trusting you. The day you consistently, or rather the day I realized you consistently are incapable of trusting your own sense of directions and decisions. So it crushed you the day you realized they don't trust you or your decisions. For some of you specifically, it's the way you provide. I didn't say any of that today, but I had the inclination to say it, so I said it. But it crushed you. But again, that's projection. It has nothing to do with you. They don't trust themselves. Okay? And that's an example of how everything begins with the self. A lot of people say it's a you, it's a you, it's a you. Oh, honey, something's going on with you. And you're putting it off onto me. Because guess what? I'm clearly demonstrating decision-making skills today. It ain't me. But yeah, of course, initially realizing that is going to crush you. You know? Oh, so many medallions. I'm going to have to pull some again for letters. But lots of medallions here. We have... Okay, so this is going to unfold rapidly. For some of you... Okay, Libra, Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus. That's a lot of back-to-back seasons in there. The only one that's a little out is Libra. So for some of you, the mechanics of this might have started last Libra season. But it's unfolding rapidly now. We just accelerated. Like Libra/Scorpio. But Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Anyway, you might have any strong placements in your chart can be connected to other seasons, might be important to you. Here we have the Captain's Wheel, Wheel of Fortune, and the World combined. Yeah, I think that's better represented. Time marches on always. Doors close, doors open. So use your time wisely, because it's always going to move forward. Okay? All right, let's get some letters. No letters today. It's more of the same. Libras is twice. Aquarius. Cancer, Leo, time is unraveling now. It's moving forward. Okay. We have the Cat in reverse and upside down. No strength of will to pursue or to show one's true nature. Afraid, hides. Chakras in alignment, that's not your problem. Getting yourself in alignment, I see that. So not only did you touch a little bit today on the past, present shifting, future orientation as well. Now that's Gemini. No letters. I'm not going to push you guys. It's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. Okay? I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on, please? Show me Libra and their person. Yeah. What's going on, please? Show me Libra and their person. Alrighty. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, as I explain the intro, the verse energies, as you see fit. What's going on? Yeah. Knights of Pentacles, Six of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Good job. Congratulations are literally in order. Good job. Thank you. As you should. Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, beautiful. All right. The Emperor. Now, Five of Wands and Strength. Yeah. Yeah, Ten of Cups. Make no doubt you earned this. You both did. Congratulations to you two. I don't know who this is to you. You're showing me victory, though. over an Ace of Pentacles, as you should. But I have someone who is deeply attached to you, sharing that victory with you, in support and in love and all the good stuff, the right stuff. I love this. Ten of Cups is in your opening. There is a sense of inner circle that's important to you. Harmonious functioning balances, people who you're connected to and why. You're saying that's very important to you. This is a goal in your life to always kind of maintain that harmony. So inner circle throws people off. What does that mean? It's family, it's friends, but people who actually have a purpose in your life in terms of love and support, and you can rely upon them. So that can be incredibly small. I have a small inner circle. Other people, they are genuinely, authentically connected to 50, 60, 70 people. That sounds exhausting to me. But for some of you, hey, that's what matters. That's your jam. Okay, so your inner circle is your inner circle. And you're saying that that's a priority for you. Whatever it is you do, whatever decision you make, it has to function within this. You're like, that's like non-negotiable, but you're pleased. You're pleased because you landed a victory that's not just prosperous to you in accordance with your goal. It's going to benefit others as well. So congratulations once more. I see you had to work like hell to achieve it. You earned it. This is not going to be one of those Ace of Pentacles that just fell in your lap like a winning lottery ticket. And if that happened, congratulations. But this is what I'm seeing is the struggle was real. I earned this. I earned it because you're showing me victory and it's well earned. Mind you, that's one of the most well-earned Ace of Pentacles I've ever seen, or at least in a long freaking time. Somebody who works towards their goals. You got promoted, you got a raise, I don't know, but congratulations are in order. Or you worked very hard for a brand new beginning in career, in work, in something. But you worked like hell towards it. And you got it, babe. You got it. Nine of Pentacles, Six of Wands. You're saying it was a long road. It was a long road. A lot of fight. So much vigor. There's a lot of vigor in there. But you kept it steady. You kept it on track. You never lost sight of your goal. And that's beautiful. Again, congratulations. Attached to you. Beautifully so. Once more. Ace of Wands, Six of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, congratulations to you both. They're showing me I knew they could do it. Yeah. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that. So we're going to take this Six of Cups and pull it from the 10. So this is someone whom you are deeply impressed upon. It's much more intimate. Okay. We have the intimacy of home structure over a very long-standing bond. Okay. And the Ace of Wands, they are legitimately excited for you, and they themselves might be opening to new opportunities. Yours is coming across as goal achieved. Nailed it. Killed it. They're like almost borderline inspired, and they want to incorporate some changes too. It's like, look at what Libra's doing. So you two have a very healthy bond or support system. It's the kind where you two feed each other appropriately and you build each other up. Okay, so that's beautiful. Their energies are playing off yours. You are legitimately excited for a job well done and thus the reward. And they're like, look at what Libra's doing. They're awesome. Maybe I can make some changes too. So they are authentically inspired in this connection and with you, and that's beautiful. The Emperor, 5-1 strength. You're like, oh, had to fight. Had to fight. There was competition involved. I am actually seeing the Five of Wands in the kind of classic but minor interpretations of competition. We had to have strength, resilience, stand in our power, look secure, act secure, because we are secure. And we had to show strength of will, strength of skill. All that's in there. So once more, congratulations. Man, that competition was fierce. But we had to fight hard to be seen, to have our skill recognized, but still be cool. Cool. Be cool about it. Strong. We got this. Okay? I like that. I do. A lot. And sometimes life is like that. But it's like if you have to dig deep, you want that thing, this is where it's perfectly appropriate to stand up and fight for it. You know, because it's done for the right reasons over and over again. Honey, to the victor goes the spoils. You didn't get anything here you didn't earn. Okay, so good job. Good job, good fight skills, but in an appropriate way. Congratulations to you both. I love this. This is fantastic. I will give you, I mean, well, we'll do advice because I got a job to do, but hard part's over. It really is. Knights of Pentacles, I grant you, yeah, it moves slower. For some of you, you have yet to receive the news, the good word. But for the most part, it looks like it's in the bag, honey. I mean, good freaking job. And I love your person. So supportive, loving, and inspired by you. I love that. That's nice. That's really nice. And that's how I know a connection's positive. It can honestly say it's inspired by you and what it is that you do. And it makes them want to do more, achieve more. And that's how you know you got something good there. Okay? Yeah. They don't see you as competition. Okay? They don't measure themselves against you. They measure themselves better because of what they're seeing. You know, so they still have a standard for themselves. But you're giving them some good ideas. And they incorporate that and they absorb it. So I like that they're inspired by you and they're proud of you. That's wonderful. Very good. Oh, there it was. 7 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. Man, that was fierce. And some of you had to do an absolute juggling act while maintaining standards and boundaries for yourself. Oh my gosh. Some of you had to go out of your way to take on extra work and maintain multiple responsibilities and wear multiple hats while still carving out a name for yourself. I mean, oh my goodness, that looks exhausting. You know? Yeah. But you had it the whole time. The Empress, it was one of the things that empowers you. It's like, I got to take all this on. And you know what? I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to insist that I handle all this. And somehow, I'm going to make it look like I didn't break a sweat. Done. You make it look so easy. I don't know how long you floated this energy. For some of you, you had to walk this path for a year, maybe more. But that's what kind of put you in the say-so position. I tell you what, you knew this was worth fighting for. The Hermit. You consolidated yourself to this. None of this was a surprise to you. Okay. Wow. Keep on keeping on. It's because you knew the path was right for you, honey. That's why. Okay, be mindful of the present and show gratitude for that abundance because it's coming on through. So remember to stay present, stay focused, and show gratitude. Okay, I completely enjoy your victory, pop that champagne, but also take a moment to show thanks. Okay? But yeah, and show thanks to yourself. You're part of that self-worth thing. All right, dazed and confused. We didn't know, exhausted by the effort. Some of you did a lot for a long period of time, and you didn't know if you'd get the results you wanted. So again, once more, runner. No, that's interesting. Oh, okay, several people were in the running for this. Is that what I'm saying? Because I did see the competition here, and it was in that kind of classic. But again, it's a minor interpretation with that 5 of Wands. But a lot of people were in the running, or it feels like you were always on the run. Dazed and confused. You didn't always know if you were coming or going. I think you wore a couple hats, didn't you? Okay. You had to run long and hard for this one. And some of you simply runner's confirmation that this is what some of you do, and it helps you think or get your energy in order or your mind in order, something like that. But yeah, there's a lot of confusion there for a while, making it all make sense. What is this building up to? We had the trust in divine timing, understanding when things were correct. Okay. Very good. We don't need these. This is more the shoulda, coulda, wouldas for people who can't figure their shit out. I have you connected to someone who completely 100% supports what you do, and that's beautiful, and that's the way it should be. Okay. Okay, we have the letters T, A, M as in mother, and L. All right. Libra, honey, I hope this helped you. It was beautiful. It was a pleasure to read this today. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations to you once more. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. And once more, happy birthday. What's going on, please? Show me Taurus and their person. Show me Taurus and their person. What's going on? What's up? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But just explain that intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's going on? Page of Wands, 4 of Wands, Page of Cups, a couple of pages around that Four of Wands is curious. I'm always curious about that. Seven of Cups. The World, Wheel of Fortune. Oh. Okay. The Fool. Ace of Swords, Six of Cups. Oh. Ten of Cups. Wanting to harmonize, develop your inner circle. Okay. Expand it. I don't know. But the Ten of Cups is with you, and that's a good energy to have in that sense of you know what your priorities are. Okay. Those people who matter the most in your life, you show up for them. They show up for you, ideally. Love, support. You might have a very small inner circle. Could be huge. I don't know. That's not the point. The point is that you feel good. You feel good about you and who you're connected to and why. And you're saying you want to add to that. So it's a curious thing when someone drops a couple of pages around an important subject. And I'm like, okay, where are we going with this? Are we minimizing the energy, or are we taking some tentative steps towards it? And you're like, it's tentative steps. I might be open to that. Sure, it's a couple pages. I can handle it. I want to expand, Christina. I want to expand my inner circle. You know, yeah, I could open up to a relationship. I could do it. I think I might. Page of Wands, Four of Wands, Page of Cups is sweet. You know, it's the pages. I never really know what to expect from them sometimes, but that's kind of a sweet, almost shy couple of pages. Yeah. Four of Wands. Okay, I could do this. Four of Wands, once more, relationship energy. It's defined by two people. And you'd be interested in defining one a little bit. Try it out. See what happens. But again, it is relationship focused. You already kind of told me you're looking to increase your inner circle. Those who matter the most to you. Okay? Okay. I see what you're willing to open up towards. And like I said, it's very sweet. Over here, Seven of Cups, the World, and the Wheel of Fortune. Whomever this is, I don't know if you two have crossed paths yet, but it looks like you did once upon a time. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Before you get that past, we'll get to that. Seven of Cups, the World, the Wheel of Fortune. This person, in and of their own right, has experienced the closing of the cycle. And they themselves personally wonder, in reflection, are we ready to open up? So they see the world as it is. Doors close and they open. They recognize the one that's been closed and they wonder if it's not time to open up. They said it's kind of like saying, roughly translated, I've had plenty of time to understand it. You know? Maybe it's time to open a door. So their energy is largely contemplative. You two don't seem to be active towards each other yet, ... Now, then we can get over here and you can go ahead and yell at me as much as you want, but I can't control this, okay? This is what I saw. The Fool, Ace of Swords, Six of Cups. Yeah, you two know each other in some way of the past. And therefore the Fool and the Ace of Swords, it would be a risk for you both, and you damn well both know it. Okay, that's it. That's it. If you two cross timelines again, it would be a risk for the both of you. So it rather depends on how you perceive the Fool. Fool positive is something you both want to open up towards and feel good about. Okay, I really can't take a risk on this. You know what? I know you. Yeah, I know you. And you either feel that as a good thing, a positive thing, or you kind of cringe. Oh, maybe not. And that would be foolish. That's Fool negative. The Ace of Swords, though, that's a strong truth. So you two know each other. It's of the past in some way. Who knows? But I do know we're bonded to it. Okay? There is an emotional and spiritual influence that connects or binds you both. And at some point, your timelines merge or cross again. You just said you're open to building some sort of constructive relationship. Again, you're in the business of expanding your inner world. Okay? They've experienced cycles, or at least one, and they're reflecting on it, and it's like, is it time for me? And somewhere between you being open to relationship and them having this thought and finalizing that thought, there is a potential for you two to connect again. But yes, it would take Ace of Swords, a conscious thought for you two to take a risk on each other. And anytime you say yes to the past, you're taking a risk. It's the past, you know? Yeah, we might be deeply bonded, but it's also the past. You know, for some folks, that's a beautiful thing. For other folks, So if you say yes to it, know you're saying yes to it. If they say yes to it, they got to know that they're saying yes to it. And between the two of you, you got to share that. You know? It's got to be an open thought. Other than that, it looks beautiful. The potential of it looks beautiful. A little curious, though, about when you're just kind of showing me, I could open up a little bit now. Yeah. It's the way you're saying that is like, I could go for a beer. It's so casual. But your readiness is there, okay? It's there. It's just small, but that's okay. Like I said, they're tentative. It's non-assuming right here. And that's fine. They're going to have a similar disposition. It's in that sense of, you know, am I ready? I don't want to make any assumptions. I have to be willing to open the door, you know? There you go. So yeah, it'd be a risk on both sides. But that Six of Cups is what you think of it. Like I said, you know, as a potential for the both of you. It's either going to be like, or, I don't know. And you may not know until you two cross paths, you know? It may not even occur to either one of you, to be honest, until it occurs to you. All right, let's get some advice, please. Yeah, Five of Pentacles. Well, I can definitely see where this person has experienced the cycle, and they're very aware of it. Judgment, Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. I love that. Spirit's like, you deal with it. It's your... It's both of your judgment calls. This was supposed to... Go ahead, honey. There's a reason they say don't shoot the messenger, and we can say that, but people can do it anyway. I didn't go back to the past. I don't care what you say. It's not my choice. It's your choice. Okay? That's just how this works. All I can do is show you what's here, not what isn't. You two get to make the choice. Just know that you're choosing it. Okay? That's it. It has to be a conscious and acknowledged thought to go back into the past. And they're actually showing me this is marked with a lot of positive characteristics. But once more, it's going to be your two's choice. It is a judgment call, i.e. a comeback call. Try it out this time. Maybe it'll fit better this time than it did the last time. I don't know. But yes, Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups. You can't, I mean, you can screw this up in tarot, but you really shouldn't. That's some really basic shit right there. And there you go. It is the opportunity to reconnect over a love cup that you two have experienced at some point in the past. But it is a judgment call. And when the timing is right. I want to say soon, but I could be wrong. You know? I know it. There they are. You two are bonded to each other. You got many fond memories. I'm sure we got painful ones in there too. The past is the past. So once more, you're going to have one or two reactions. I know you. Or, I know you. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And then you two take it from there. Or don't. Okay? There you go. You're a little bit open. So are they. And maybe that's why. Who knows? Kind of looks like a soft, I would even say pleasant re-entry. But it's choice. All things represent choice. Okay? That's you, honey. Higher self. Activation. That's the Hierophant right there. Oh. Oh, it's during your birthday season. Oh, Taurus. Oh. It's not so secret, though, is it? I mean, we know each other. You admire them possibly now. Perhaps they still hold a place of admiration for you, or you two still for each other in some way. Yeah. Called it. Oh, hot and cold. Someone's already been thinking about this, or perhaps this was the energy that was a problem last time. There was too much hot and cold running around between you two. But yeah, for somebody who's in that space of thinking about it now, going back and forth maybe. So that would suggest then it's a conscious decision for someone to come forward. That's for some of you, not all of you. Okay? All right. We could do these. Sure, why not? Shut the fuck up. I love you. Ah. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, there's still love there. Of course there is. The two are bonded in that way. Talk about getting to the point, eh? Well, I love it. All right. What's up? We have letters Q, E, P. We have the medallion of Aquarius, Capricorn, and Virgo. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connected to it. Their seasons might be important to. We also have the keywords here being ambitious and friendly. Taurus, honey, I hope this helps you. It's a bit cheeky. I like how Spirit threw back on the both of you. You two figured out what the choice is. I love that, though. But it is great. Like I said, it is marked with positive characteristics. If I had seen anything different, I would have told you immediately. The fact that it is past orientation, Six of Cups, not once but twice, and it is a conscious decision. Yes, you two are going to have some sort of history attached to you both. The point is, does it still speak to you both? You're going to have the chance to find out. Go team. Whatever team you're on, honey. Go team. Okay. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? Oh, there you are. Right down the split, darling. I just noticed that. There you are with 8 of Wands. Okay, some of y'all talking. Good. Okay. We're receiving some communication now. I don't know. What's going on? Show me Virgo and their person. Show me Virgo and their person. What's up? What's going on for Virgo? What's up? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, right? Because I explained the intro, first energies as you see fit. Yes, I still say that to this day. Have to. Because I still get the comment to this day. After years and years of saying it, Virgo. Can the roles be reversed? I'm telling you this because I know you understand. See the little thing I did with my eye? Okay? Virgo understands. Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and Death. Oh! Oh! What's up? The Queen of Wands. I'll tell you. I'll keep going, I'll tell you. Queen of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Oh. 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Support. Good. Oh, yeah, you're getting support for this. I know it doesn't look like that, but you are. That was my first thought. Lover, strong connection supports you in what you're doing. Are you freaked out? Like, are you freaked out or what? You completely ended an opportunity. Like, it's over. I won't work there anymore. I won't put my time, energy, and effort into that anymore. I won't. It's done. It's dead. It's dusted. Transformed. I'm doing other things now. I believe you. I believe you. That's very serious business for you. 9 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Death. You're like, I'm done with that offer. I'm done with the opportunity. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Those are some of my best work years. And you know what? Thank you for the experience. It lended to who I am. It lended to my security. But I'm not renewing that contract. I'm not renewing it. Not. So I'm assuming it's work here based on... But that is your earthian energy. Like always, earth signs, you tend to put a lot to that pentacle, okay? Because it represents realness to you. So whatever it is that you said distinctly, ding dong, dead, it's over. I'm not doing it. You couldn't drag me back into that office. Whatever it is, I honestly don't know. But I do know, yes, it lended to your sense of security for a long time. Yes, it helped build into your sense of personhood, experience, and stability, like I said. But you're saying, not anymore. I'm doing other things now. I believe you. It's not that it's just over. I think you've transformed yourself in a couple of ways, powerfully so. Particularly as you identify your own sense of experience and how you build into that experience. It's very distinct. So no, I don't think you just up and quit. And now, if for some of you, if you retired, congratulations. You're like, I'm done. My work days are done. Congratulations. I am strongly sensing, however, the transformative experience here. But yes, for those of you, you called retirement, good for you. That's wonderful. Okay, good job. After years and years of work. But for the others of you, this represents a distinct change on your timeline. And someone who knows you in some way, who has very strong feeling for you, supports you phenomenally. There's our strong connection here that you opened up with. Boom! They support you. It's almost like they're saying, wow, good job, Virgo. You just completely changed yourself, and I am here for it. So I see nothing but positivity and joy and a sense of love for you. And it's like, good job. Good job, Virgo. I completely understand. I get it. I get you. I get what you're doing here. I get it. So it's a strong connection. They really do understand you. They're not messing around. They believe in what you're saying. They support you a lot. This one's got some really strong characteristics that are both water and fire, love and passion. This is that person who's kind of a natural go-getter. So yeah, when they say they understand you, I actually believe them. They have a strong sense of developed self and that to each their own journey. So I don't know why I'm telling you this. You know them better than I do, actually. It's kind of like the yin to your yang, you know? They understand you. They do. Okay, 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. It's no, they get it. They're like, I get it. You had to draw that line. You had to make that distinction. You put up your boundaries and you insisted on the break. And you're saying this is how long it took me to do this. And again, once more, they're just showing me support of your decision. They're saying they get you. And that, yes, indeed, you waited long enough. And I understand why. This represented years of your life. This was not like something that you fulfilled a role in for like a couple of weeks. This was several years, I believe. I don't know what it is. I mean, again, I have every reason to believe it's work. But it was an offer that you renewed year after year. You put yourself into year after year, and it represents some of the best years of your life in terms of time, energy, and effort. So I believe you when you tell me you waited for years for this thing to shape up until eventually you had to reject it. You could not conceive of a day where you put any more of yourself into it, and they're like, yeah, it's about time. Good for you. You know, it's so odd. I don't know how near or far you two are because they look so emotionally present when they're connected to you. Everything about them lines up. Like they appreciate the connection. But your role looks like such an independent decision. Like they're not involved with it. So I don't know how to interpret this connection as being on-site or 3D. I just know that when they show up strongly. And when you commiserate and you tell them what's going on, like they're in it with you. But this decision was you, though. It was completely 100% you. It was independent of your own free will. And it's interesting. Let's get some advice. You would call this person charismatic. I see that. Yes, they look very charismatic. But you. I wonder what you're up to now. You're like, you know what? I'm going to take a couple weeks off before I figure that out. I'm going to the Bahamas, baby. No, I don't know. I don't know. But here it's kind of like commiserating, understanding, and supporting your decision to keep this blocked from your life and not give it any more of your effort. Let's get some advice, please. Oh my goodness, what's going on? King of Cups, the Hierophant, the Page of Swords. See, that's just it. I'm very confused about your strong connection. Emotionally, it's here. Spiritually, it's here. But they're not right next to you in terms of this decision making. Once more, this was done on your own, independent of your own free will. And yet this person's emotional loyalty to you is quite high. Their spiritual loyalty to you is quite high. And you in turn reflect that in your own way. The fact that you told this person, they support you. But Page of Swords, it's like you two are not in each other's proximity all the time. Perhaps you two are at a distance. Three of Wands, that would explain that. Did I mention that? Sorry. Three of Wands, but there's a sense that you gave this a lot of time and distance in and of your own right. But I feel like this person is not in your immediate proximity, so that Three of Wands then would suggest distance. But they're with you emotionally and spiritually where it counts. They're very loyal to you. And you want them to know. This kind of marks a major milestone in your life. Well, I'm proud of you, honey. You know? Eight of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Oh, Death, there it is. You're talking about your transformation. There it is. But it is through communication, it seems. Ace of Wands. Okay, there you go. It's so immediate, guys. Heavy Scorpio energy here, FYI, Gemini and Taurus as well. So heavy concentration for the upcoming weeks, months. But there it is. We're talking about that transformation. Okay. All right. Yeah. And like I said, it's healing, it's restorative. It's good. Very supportive. They're going to bring up things that's going to help you. You've already done the heavy work, but help you process it further. Okay? There's a lot of good healing skills in the communication that you have with this person. They're going to talk about the transformative experience and doing what's right for you, things like this. But yeah, no, it's interesting because you're showing me a decision made of your own independent free will. They're not exactly next to you, and you are telling them this about this chapter in your life that you're closing out. But yeah, no, I'm seeing a strong sense of reflection in how much you've changed and grown, and that's a good thing. Okay. Well, sorry guys, it's so contained, so highly concentrated for the next several weeks. Okay. And that's okay. This is important. That's why I'm saying it. It's an important milestone for many of you. Okay. But no, I don't see this connection as being over. Not at all. It is at a distance. It's just, you're telling this person about this important change in your life. They were honestly like your first thought of who you could tell all this to. Messages, dreams, divine feminine. There's that space again. You two dream about each other. That's often what happens when these strong connections are distant or even at apart for one reason or another. With the divine feminine, either you identify with that or you identify them with that. The Empress, just in simpler language. Okay, if the divine thing's not your deal, I get that. Just think of it as the Emperor and Empress, divine feminine. Sometimes we communicate with this person via dreams, so you two are not always able to speak consistently. All right. So that means they have an idea. Okay? Epiphany, breakthrough. You did. You had some massive insight and you want to share it. You know? Yeah, we don't need this one. What can I say? You know, guys, congratulations on your shifting role, your changing role, that you're in full ownership of. That's no easy thing, especially when you put yourself into it year after year like that. I'm glad you're connected to someone who understands you, even if you're at a distance or you're apart. Okay, we have the letter G, X, N, and then the dog tag is in the upright. You are protected. This was a good decision. Okay? But I hope this helped you. Virgo, honey, it was interesting. And if you're so inclined, let me know what you're up for next in terms of the next major thing, or did you go into retirement? I'm kind of curious about what your next thing is. All right, anyway, I hope this helps you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me, Capricorn, please, what is going on for Capricorn? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board down. But as I said in the opening, reverse those energies as you see fit. What's going on for Capricorn, please? Two of Swords. The High Priestess. The Queen of Cups. Oh, no. Your heart knows. Your heart knows. The Magician. King of Cups, Strength. Ace of Cups. Judgment. The Emperor. Yeah, like I said, your heart knows. Okay, the overview. Three of Pentacles. You're like, I'm working on stuff. I'm building things. It's possibly starts out in this sense of cooperation. Building into this. Let's cooperate. Let's focus on the little things. You know, let's focus on the friendship. Cool. I'm saying cool because you're saying that's what works for you. Literally what works for you. Yeah, you're not wrong, though. Two of Swords, and there's apprehension here. Do I feel good about this? Am I listening to myself? Is my heart really in this? Is it really open to this? So it's kind of like a loose agreement that you have with yourself. Let's start here with the Three of Pentacles and see how it goes. Okay? Your mind's not so convinced, but like I said, your heart knows. It wants to show up. It wants to put work into this in a way that feels comfortable to you, despite any misgivings with the Two of Swords. Point is, try not to dial into that Two of Swords. So I don't know. Because that might overtake your High Priestess, your intuitive process, which is going to be gentler and more delicate. The mind can get very loud, right? But if you allow yourself some room to work with this, you'll start to feel more safe with it, okay? And that's what I see you doing. The Magician, King of Cups, Strength. No apprehension on that person's part, I will say. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying the situation's perfect. Where you're showing me, okay, let's cooperate, let's get along, let's focus on friendship, the basics first. They're like, okay, no problem. The Magician, King of Cups, Strength. They're like, I could do this all day, every day. No problem. They have real strength of heart when it comes to you. Okay? Real strength of heart. They're pulling in from the universe. They want to be here. They want to be open. They want to be open to you and experience feelings with you. They were very clear about that, whoever they are. Okay? Ace of Cups, Judgment, the Emperor. Is this new love, honey? We nervous? It's okay. I think I've seen something like that pretty recently, so I'm not surprised. Ace of Cups, Judgment, the Emperor. Am I ready? Am I ready? Only you really get to determine if you're ready, but you are focusing on working your way into a sense of security. So you're an earth sign. I don't want you to be offended by the Three of Pentacles. It's pretty normal when you're starting something. And I say that all the time with the Three of Pentacles. Gosh, I wish people would listen to me. I mean, why are you here? The Three of Pentacles, a lot of people start with that. Let's figure out what we have in common. Let's focus on the little things. Focus on friendship first and take it from there. So the point is Three of Pentacles, you don't stay there. And that's where a lot of people screw up. They insist on being friends, right? Because they're so agreeable instead of knowing when to move it further. And then it expands. The connection ideally becomes more intimate so long as two people are putting the same level of work and into it. And they develop emotional security, so therefore it becomes more. You understand? And as an earth sign, then, the Three of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles is a perfectly normal starting point for earth signs. You're like, I don't know. Hey, you do. Your heart knows. As you build into this on your kind of safety structure here, which they agree to, the Three of Pentacles, you literally begin to feel more emotionally secure. You end up matching their frequency at some point. Okay? At the Ace of Cups, Judgment, the Emperor. Yeah, no, this is... You're actually both quite ready. It's just Well, that person's a little more aware of it. So we'll take that. That's not bad, you know. Ace of Cups, Judgment, the Emperor. Yeah. Otherwise, you're both ready. You both want to feel empowered. You both want to make good decisions based on lessons and your own sense of self-awareness when it comes to so-called readiness. You know, I know you want to make a good decision, love. So do they. You have that in common. Okay, and think about that. They're exercising that same level of judgment with you. You have the proof of it, and that's why I see you becoming more relaxed with it and building into it more deeply and securely, because indeed you're becoming more secure. So eventually you catch up to what they already kind of know. But as far as I can tell, you two are equal in terms of the Ace of Cups and your willingness to learn and be empowered and make the decisions that are right for you. So that's actually quite lovely. As I say, I call it right there from the opening. Yeah, you know, your heart knows. That Three of Pentacles, like, okay, wait a minute. I get it. Okay. It's beautiful. All right. Let's get some advice. I really want to say you don't need it. You know, if I were to clarify every single one of these cards I see, you know, I don't know. I'm doubtful, but this feels kind of good, so I'm trying. I'm pushing. That's what I would see if I was clarifying this whole thing. It would have amounted like to 40 minutes of the same thing. I don't know, but I'm trying. It feels kind of good. Can I trust that? Yeah, I think so. For the Capricorn I'm looking at, yeah. Long story short. Okay, but I like this. I'm happy for you. Congratulations on opening that heart space, and more to the point, feeling secure about it. That's good. Excuse me. That means you're getting positive results, and that makes me happy. Okay. Let's get some advice, please. The Hermit, Four of Pentacles, the Emperor. Yeah, see. Yeah. Yeah, we've been looking at that, holding back Four of Pentacles just from moving forward. You've done quite a bit of healing work, and now it's time to kind of allow yourself to catch up to it. But again, it has to represent a form of empowerment, your own sense of readiness. Like I said, they're just a little bit more tuned into their readiness. So it's good judgment about you, though, doesn't it? You're like, okay, I'm going to put something, and then there it is again. It went from a 3 to a 4. So I know you're putting something of yourself into this. Even you're like, come on, Capricorn. We're ready for this. Oh, it's so interesting because your heart's showing me shy, tenderness, but you're actually showing me the wisdom of someone who's older. So I know you know better. Okay, the heart's just a little shaky, it's a little vulnerable. That's all. You're doing just fine. The Hermit from Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Yeah, you know, we want to commit to a good choice here. You believe in that, by the way. You believe in commitment. You believe in the higher self, clearly. And you also believe in new beginnings. You really do. And now it's like, okay, it's here. Are we going to do this thing or not? So if you're going to go into new, commit to new. Right? You've already had that discussion with yourself. And now it's kind of time to like live up to it, if that's your ideal. If you're not that Capricorn, then you're not that Capricorn. But this Capricorn is. Okay? All right. That's beautiful. I promised myself if a decent new showed up, I would give it a serious try. I promised that to myself. I see that. Honey, you had a more than a decent ace show up in love and in reality. Okay? Yeah. But I'm happy for you. Congratulations, though. Oh, financial loss for earth signs once more, putting that in context of heartbreak, breakage, breakup. Okay, experiencing loss to the foundation, which can show in Five of Pentacles. It's not just money, but realistic breaks. Yeah. So again, whatever it is that we lost in the past, it was meant to be because abundance is before you. Whatever it is that was supposed to be lost was supposed to be lost. Now we could make space for abundance. Okay? Okay, good job. I'm not interested in this. This is clearly new, a new profile, new energies, and this is what I call the shoulda, coulda, woulda cards. For people who couldn't figure it out, this one's new. Okay? It seems like you've just started the process of defining friendship with this. Or, I built into this, you too. but it's still new. Okay. You don't know that you got deeper feelings for this just yet, but it's the right kind of new. We have the letters I, R, V. We have the owl in reverse right now. Yeah, no. I know, right now. Let's try not to listen to the fears of the mind quite so much, all right? We have the mask in reverse. Good, mask off. Be the authentic self, always. And then we have the seahorse. We have a wealth of emotion in there, but it builds up, okay? You're used to carrying your emotion with you. Allow a little bit of it out. That's how you better represent the authentic self, okay? All right, Cappy, honey. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. Show me Scorpio and their person. Show me Scorpio and their person. Yeah, what's going on? Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? Let's explain the intro, reverse energies, as you see fit. What's going on? Six of Pentacles, Two of Wands, the Knight of Swords. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Two of Pentacles, the Magician, the Lovers. Different concentrations. I'll say that. We'll get to that. Three of Wands, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Cups. Oh. The Hanged Man. Oh my gosh. Right now you're trying to keep your energies focused on what you're doing in the here and now. You're quite busy. It's kind of to and fro activity. It's largely taking place in the present, and this is where you've been for a couple of weeks and possibly a couple more. But the Hanged Man, you're like, all I'm doing is getting as much perspective as possible to make the best possible decisions that I can in the here and now. A lot's expected of me, and I expect a lot for myself, so out the door I go. I mean, you're quite busy. With the Hanged Man, you try to give a lot of things perspective before you act on it, before you do it. How do I best balance any particular thought, decision, action, or situation? And that seems to be preoccupying the vast majority of some of your energies yet. You know, that can take up a lot of space, especially if you're in a heightened busy period. There you go. Like as I was discussing with the last Thursday check-in, yeah, life gets like that. And you think about it, communicate, take action. Am I doing the best I can? I think so. Right, let's go. That's it. Over here, Two of Pentacles, the Magician, the Lovers. Got a strong connection. They recognize it, and they're kind of showing me what do I do? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Should I do anything? Two of Pentacles could be approach, timing, or should I approach this at all? Well, they need to figure it out because they're manifesting something. It's kind of like, what do I ask for from this, or how do I ask for it, you know? I just want people to get in alignment with their manifestation. That way they can kind of at least say they asked for the best from this, from themselves or the situation. So anyway, with the Lovers, they feel strongly connected to you while you're out there doing whatever it is that Scorpio is doing a lot. And they're like, dear universe, help me out with this one. What do I do? I feel strongly connected to this. I'm compelled towards it. Attracted, spiritually attracted, emotionally attracted. Any of those levels of attraction come in with the Lovers. Okay? It's like, I want to do something. I don't know what. I know it's frustrating. I just report. Hey, man, I just work here. I just report. So in your busyness of activities, there's a good chance you don't know anything about it. You know? Three of Wands, Ace of Wands, the King of Cups. You two might be at a distance. It's interesting. You're showing me in your way, you want things for yourself too. You expect it for yourself, but in time. It's a gentle sort of hope and inspiration that concerns love and intimacy and how you relate to it. You're like, that'll catch up to me in time. They experience it as waiting for the energies to feel right with Scorpio. Because you both share that in some way. You look forward to the day where you can emotionally open up and mean it from the heart and stretch that heart space out and be inspired and frankly turned on, you know? And someone's waiting for the energy to feel just right in connection to you. And what does that mean? What does that look like? When will the energy feel right towards Scorpio? Okay. Let's get some advice, please. How you experience the Ace of Wands as a gentle sort of, new beginnings for me in time, passion in time. To give and receive love, to be open towards it in time. No rush on that. It's like, besides, I'm a little busy. And they want to know when a good time is. Is there ever a good time to do anything, though? In my experience, no, there isn't. There really isn't. Let's get some advice, please. You obviously have work to do, so you continue on with that. Like I said, for many of you, you're not aware of this process. Why would you be? You have such a gentle sense of love and passion will come in time. Until then, I got plenty to do. You know? I wonder what the results of that manifestation will be. The Hermit, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups. Dude. There's water and passion. I know that you see it and sense it for yourself, but it's in such a relaxed state. Someone else perceives it with you as a good thing. Walking that path, wisdom and insight, they see it, they recognize it. Yeah, so what's going to happen? I think you're ready for it, but you're not rushing it. You're saying, I've got a couple hundred things to do. It's not exactly my focus, but I'll get to it. Again, non-rushed, and someone else sees it as a consolidated form of energy. That's where they would next like it to take shape. Love and passion is with you. You continue to be you, yes. Continue to feel what you feel, do what you do. You know? The Star. Yeah, I say someone desires it, I know. But 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Oh, gosh. I see someone in Discord with their inner circle. I mean, it looks like they don't have the space anyway. At least not at this time. And maybe that's why they haven't completely come forward. That's why they haven't completely dedicated energies and dropped the 2 of Pentacles. And because their inner world, it doesn't look like it's yours. It's kind of in turmoil. 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands. Oh my, that's very difficult. It's very heavy. A lot of arguing. A lot of emotional chaos and disruption and arguing in a world. And I don't think they have the full space to claim this. I really don't. I hate that it's so open-ended, guys. I have no control over that. But this will cross the... And no wonder they were wondering if there's ever going to be a good time. And they kind of connect to you from afar, but strongly. I think there's just too much upheaval in one person's world, and I don't think it's yours. No. You say you do your level best to accommodate this idea of balance and staying on top of things every day, and you have ample space to contemplate these things. It doesn't look like you leave much room for errors such as large-scale imbalances with others. You know? 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Oh, that's no wonder. will ever be a good time to energetically open up towards. So they can't seem to answer their own manifestation right now. Or give more to it. Okay. It's frustrating, guys, and I'm sorry. The conclusion on this one's going to be another reading for another day. You look very beautiful and very heart-ready, and someone perceives you this way. But you kind of already know it for yourself, but you're like, love and intimacy, that stuff can wait. You know, I'm not telling you that's your conclusion. That's the Scorpio I'm looking at. Like I said, you're a little busy, and there's a non-rushed attitude attached to you. Literally, good things will come in time. There's a big difference between anticipation and waiting, okay? You sense it, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Someone would like to fill that order. You know what I'm saying? But they got to make space to fill their own order with the universe first. You know? Patience. Again, I'm not telling you to wait. It's just... you're already exercising patience. Continue on in this. Whatever this is, if it manages to create space for itself in this situation with you, it will present itself in time. But this really isn't your focus. You showed me what your focus is. It's harmonized, and you maintain that every day. You do the best you can to stay on top of things every day, but from a thoughtful position. You're showing yourself... that'll show up in time. New friendship, we'll take that as it is for now. That acquaintanceship, something. Okay? We need a little patience on this one. But again, I'm not advising you to wait. It's already here. You don't know that you're showing patience towards anybody. You just have the feeling something will arrive in time. And you're not wrong, once more. Inquiring minds would love to know when. I honestly don't know. It could be Gemini season. It could... that 3 wands, it kind of throws things off. I don't know. Hell, it could be seeing something as far out as your birth season, our birth season. I don't know. The more we make space for new, the more we can claim it. That's usually how these things work, and I don't see this person has the space. Okay? They're going to have to learn to make peace with others before they can try to harmonize anything with you. I mean, there's not much point adding to your inner circle if your inner circle is in an upheaval, in an uproar, and there's kind of is. Okay? All right. I mean, God, that one felt like a 20-minute reading, but it's not. We have 2 letters, V, Q. We have the medallion of Aquarius, and then also Leo. You might have any of these very strong placements in your chart. Can be, connecting to other seasons might be important to you. Okay. And then we have the Captain's Wheel. Oh, yeah. I think a better representation of the Wheel of Fortune in the world. It's combined. Time marches on always. And as it does, doors close and they open. But time will move forward always, regardless of our input, action or inaction. So open and close your doors appropriately. That's right for you. Okay? And then the owl, great wisdom, insight, intelligence, large eyes, very observant, intelligent. Okay? Wow, isn't that frustrating? It's so frustrating. How to put themselves forward. They don't have the space to put themselves forward yet. Your part, you're not in a rush. But no, with authentic feeling, you understand something's out there, but you're not in a rush for it. It's almost like it'll come to me in time. You know, I respect that a great deal. Okay? Because, again, it's not wrong. Scorpione, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on for Pisces? And their person. Show me Pisces and their person. What's going on? Show me Pisces and their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explain the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. Let's see Pisces. The Four of Swords, the Knight of Wands, And the Six of Swords. Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, okay. Let's just rip that band-aid off. Death, the Fool, Six of Cups. I got you. I got you, honey. I understand you. Queen of Wands in your overview. You know what? If you're going to light up like that, may it be for good reasons. In the sense that you believe in yourself, even when things get hard. What I like is that you're showing me no more sense of false hope. You've consolidated yourself to that. No more trying to muster up the passion or the intensity. It's like you're going to part ways with that. If you're going to feel good, you're going to feel good on your terms. And it's going to be the correct kind of feel good. Okay? Some of you are just starting to realize that you're glowing again. That you feel better. And it's the real kind of I feel better. It's starting to show. And people are probably starting to comment on it. But I can see where not too long ago you kind of would put yourself in this position where you would rest and kind of regather your strength or your positive energies and try to jump back into this, and you decided to stop doing that. Okay? But as a result, you have some real authentic fire that you can access now. Okay? I'm glad you stopped. Whatever this is, you stopped showing attention to it, and then at some point making yourself rest in order to find the next level of energy to reapproach this, and you just couldn't keep doing it. So Page of Swords, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, you know, whatever or who they are or what that situation is, in time, not yet, in time, they're going to look back and understand that they didn't know nothing about nothing. Right now, they're kind of sitting on a false belief that they know everything there is to know and that they're correct. In future, they're going to look back on this and realize how much they didn't know. It was that conviction of belief that I know everything, or I'm in charge, or I can't lose control. They got to take a look at that. All cards in tarot have a pro and con. The Emperor has a famous one. If standing poorly, he will believe in his own convictions, even to his own detriment, to that of his kingdom and his people. So it does not pay to have a small mind and then insist that we're right. They had a very limited point of view. I did no wrong. I did no harm. I did no foul. And then on top of that, I was correct. Oh, we're going to look back on that in future and have second thoughts. So we're going to have other thoughts in future. Death, the Fool, Six of Cups. Like I said, it got to that space where you stopped identifying as someone who was opening up towards this in a good way and just kind of making yourself do it. So there's a full positive, which says, I really authentically believe in opening up towards this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's take that chance. I'll be that fool. I'll be that fool. For this person or this situation, I will be that fool. So that's full positive. And it feels good. It's not a forced dialogue. It's not a forced feeling. Unless it is, in which case it's foolish. Do you see where I kind of marked on that? Where you at some point started pulling yourself aside just to rest, to find new energy for this, feel reinvigorated, and then put yourself back out there. That was a kind of exposure that looks like it didn't take too much at first, but at some point it stopped being an authentic experience. So here's the thing. You two are bonded. You know this. We have a lot of memories with this person. A lot of emotional memories. But it wouldn't change. It wouldn't transform. No matter how many shots you gave it, no matter how many times you opened up towards it, no matter how many times you tried to greet this with enthusiasm, positivity, whatever this is may not be romantic. By the way, I have to point that out. It doesn't feel that way. It feels more on the side of family things. That one person who always insists that they're right, but you kept waving the white flag to this situation or person over and over again and saying, you know what? Maybe they've had some time to chill. I'll go ahead, I'll drop that phone call, I'll drop that initiation, I'll show up and show goodwill and faith to this. We go way back, I've known them forever. It feels like that to me. But again, you take it as it resonates. This is something, again, you know what? Nostalgia is not worth it if someone's not willing to change. Because now I'm just always the person who comes forward first. I'm always the one who admits I was wrong in some way, even when I'm not. If it just helps smooth things over to get on with the connection, okay, I'll do that. And that's where I see you pull yourself aside. Some rest. To muster up energy you don't really have or you lost touch with a long time ago. Why? Because it won't change. It doesn't think it has to. And that's going to be exhausting. So here's that thing that will not change. Here's you. But it wasn't a punch. It was, hey, hi, hi. And then it'd be like, oh, no, I don't need to move. You keep coming towards me. And that got exhausting. You kept coming towards it. And in good faith and in respect to that connection. Until you couldn't. I don't see why. They're stubborn. They're stubborn, insisting they don't need new insights. There's nothing new to think about. That's a dangerous thought. It's almost like someone who's proud of their ignorance. Yeah, time needs to pass for that person. But I'm just glad that you're feeling so much better. Now, will this be a full-time ending? I don't know. You just showed me why you couldn't keep coming back towards it. It wouldn't transform, so therefore you leaving this behind in some way, even if it was temporary, represents a willingness to change on your part that's better for you, more in alignment with you, and not this connection, which is good. Okay? Effort should match effort. The first couple times you notice, oh, they never come forward. They never understand how they were wrong. They haven't changed their tune. Maybe I should stop. Okay. Whether or not they ever will, I don't know. That's for them to figure out, honey, not you. You need to go relax and live a little. There you go. You know? Sometimes that's what people need, is by you defining what you're no longer willing to do. Sometimes silence and or distance can teach someone all the words and actions that you tried to demonstrate, just couldn't, you know? Eights of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Knights of Wands. Okay, yeah, that's good advice. Some of you are going to launch yourself into work endeavors. That's always a good thing. Some of you are naturally high energy. So that tells me a lot. How much you are pulling yourself aside to rest a little bit. And then try to put good energy. Some of you are naturally high energy. So the fact that you had to go out of your way to find energy for this over and over again says a lot about burnout. So go ahead and take that as some classic advice. Use all that natural energy for something that's natural to you. Something that's grounding and actually prosperous with the Ace of Pentacles. You're like, that I can work on. That suits me. That actually benefits me. So I want you to pull all that and put it into some good work, okay? Because whatever this is represents an emotional dead end for now, all right? There you go. Five of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. Besides, many of you have been putting off a new opportunity anyway for the sake of this. Let's not do that anymore, please. Please don't do that. I mean, you're in the process of it, yeah, but let's not ever do that again, okay? No wonder you got exhausted. I don't think they recognized what it is that you were putting off for their so-called benefit, so it wasn't for them. You're going to have to take ownership of that. You tried to appease this and make it happy again or like you again. Trust me, if someone doesn't want to see that, they're not gonna. They're not going to say, oh, thank you, Pisces, for extending or pushing back that new opportunity over and over again for my benefit. That's my bad. I'm sorry I wasted weeks or months of your life. No. No. Do your best to recognize false participation. Okay? There was no reason to do that. Not for this person's benefit. It most certainly wasn't yours. Especially if you had a new opportunity waiting for you. Okay? And if this person, you were hoping to get their approval, they weren't in that business. They were not in that business of giving you approval anyway. Okay? I have the feeling if this person wants to turn their mind away from something, they can, they will. It doesn't matter what the subject is. Dark Night of the Soul. Oh, yeah, there it is again. Yeah, you had some hard truths about this situation. Dark Night of the Soul, it tends to be a very, very personal, very difficult night. It hits everybody different. Okay? About the truth of this Six of Cups here, this soul bond. How consuming it is, and it doesn't give back or pay any mind to the sacrifices you've made. So do keep in mind, you're going to have to own that. That was you holding back on your own personal goals for this person's sake, and you knew they weren't going to appreciate it. Okay? That's something you got to own, but you can also put in some double time on that. I'm going to make up for it now. Launch yourself in that Ace of Pentacles. Launch yourself in that Eight of Pentacles. It clearly suits you, with or without this person's approval or whatever it is the hell they think. You wanted the emotional approval of the connection. Show some willingness, sign on their part of their willingness to change. They weren't gonna. Okay? They weren't gonna. It was gonna come down to you. Okay. Sorry, the allergies are just... They are what they are right now. I projected my unhappiness onto you. Because you have the chance of succeeding. That tells me at some point they didn't, and they're putting that crap onto you. Oh, that would explain that small mind, and I can turn my back on anything. They're unhappy. And they're taking it out on you. Don't pay their price. Giving up your own dreams and opportunities because they couldn't step up to it in the past. And that's their timeline. That's shit they need to come to terms with. That's their dark night. That's not yours. Don't do that to yourself, because you're going to end up being like this person in future. Make different choices. Use them as an example, not a lead. They're not a leader. Okay? Sorry. They need to figure out empowerment on their terms, not yours. You know. All right, we have the letters O, V, Z, P, and everybody's getting the L, and that's perfectly fine. A little more wisdom, a little more insight, intelligence, acknowledgement, truth. Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments, take care, and good luck with that Ace and that Ace of Pentacles. You're headed straight towards it the more you put distance between yourself and this. I hope it helped. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's going on? Show me Cancer and their person. Show me Cancer and their person. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, right? But as I explain the intro, reverse energies as you see fit. What's going on? The Knights of Pentacles, the Chariot, that's you, and the Tower. Okay. Nine of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, the Knights of Cups. Oh, wow. Page of Pentacles, Temperance, the Four of Pentacles, the Empress. And your overview. I don't want to freak you out, but you're going to have a moment soon that is really going to truly represent empowerment for you. In terms of your own sense of self, your development, how you perceive yourself, what you're doing, and why. Particularly direction. Knights of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Tower. Something's going to come along. It's like, whoa. Cancer, honey, we know you thought you were headed in this direction, but it's time you had insight about a little something. So there I see you moving forward. Knights of Pentacles, the Chariot. You literally go at your own particular speed. And the Tower says, hold on. Before you go any further, we need you to realize this. I don't quite know what that moment's going to look like for you. It's a little further out. But I do know it's going to lend to who you are. Powerfully so. It will strengthen you. It will resolve you. It will not take away from you. I do know it makes you seriously stop and reconsider the direction you were on. Okay? It's like I was heading this direction. I've been heading in this direction for the past 100 miles. And now I'm on the last mile. And you're telling me to stop? Yeah. Not me, though. Like universe. There was a moment you needed. There was some insight you needed about specifically your direction. Okay. 9 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. There's someone here who loves you very much. Cares about you a great deal. They know how to work with you too, whatever that means. You two might literally have worked together. You might still do. I don't know. I have no clue. But this person, I can tell you right now, they don't do anything that they don't want to do. They have some very honest feeling towards you of love, appreciation, and how they understand it relates to them with the 9 of Cups. So again, they don't do anything they don't want to do. How their heart points at you or whomever they choose is what it means. It's very, what you see is what you get kind of energy, but it's good, it's solid. Okay? All I know is that it points at you honestly and sincerely. It has a soft spot when it comes to you, and it's familiar with you. Ace of Pentacles, I can't help but think you share, or past tense, shared, grounding energies with this person. We would generally refer to this as work, but as it resonates, yeah? Page of Pentacles, Temperance, the 4 of Pentacles. Ah ha ha! We're about to have some insight about why I've been holding on. Something that you've been refraining from, but perhaps you didn't think it was that big of a deal. You're going to work through this soon. And it has to do with that Tower. And I promise you, it will lend to your sense of empowerment. It does not take away. It will add to how you perceive yourself, what you do and why you do it, and specifically your direction. Page of Pentacles, Temperance, 4 of Pentacles. You're both going to understand why you've been holding on. And also holding back. Like, seriously, legit, I mean, you don't know because it hasn't happened yet. But is it going to be like, oh my God, it's so obvious. They love me or care about me. That's there. That's always been there. And I've always been in this particular. I don't know. I don't know if you're going to have a moment like that. But I've been holding on to this. And I think I better understand why. But I promise you, it's not going to take away from who you are. It will add to who you are. Let's get some advice, please, for Cancer. That's wild stuff. And perhaps what it is you were holding on to that didn't allow you to see this or understand why you didn't head in this direction. I don't know what it is. But whatever those roadblocks were that didn't allow you to see it or be in tune with this, those will be lifted. I'm not saying you have to. It's just the insight's coming for the Cancer I'm looking at. What you do with that is up to you. Five of Cups, the Sun, Queen of Swords. Looking back at the past, you can definitely see where you were unhappy, but you also recognize too in it the happiness. You see that, you acknowledge it. Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, and Strength. But the fears of someone's mind were so strong that it completely overshadowed the dialogue, the conversation, the experience, specifically the direction. The fears were way too much in at least one person's mind. Way too much. There was so much confusion. How can this be? How can this be? How can this be? How can I experience the past with someone and have distinct moments of unhappiness and disappointment and equal parts sunshine? Oh, indeed. Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, strength. So many fears of the mind. And things are going to start falling into place that's going to make this whole scenario look, oh, so obvious. It was there the whole time. Oh my gosh. And that's what needs to be worked through. Temperance again. Two of Swords, Nine of Swords, strength. Gosh, someone's fear of the mind's anxiety was so high. It had to be shut down. It's like I cannot afford to think about these things. Never mind act on them. Never mind move in that direction. I can't. I do not have the luxury of that thinking. I do not have the luxury of that hope. I do not have the luxury of that. Something like that. It's just so much. That's so much. We're going to have some insight soon. You, maybe them too. Although I have to say, what they feel for you is incredibly straightforward. Okay. Interesting. But it will lead to some quality healing and insight, my friend. It's going to give you in your own way. I hate using this word, but I believe in it for the self, absolutely. It's going to give you some much needed closure for the self. Okay? It's really you. Contracts, career, commitments. Some of you were pulled in so many different directions and you barely recognize yourself. You've had so many chances of change and rebirth. How you identify is so different now than compared to where you were. There's a lot going on back then, apparently. Some of you, Cancer's or Saturn placement. And it seems like we had a lot of disruption in career path, family, possibly intimate connections. It's like in reflection, had I not had so much going on, had I a better view of myself, would I have headed in a different direction? I don't know. But again, I have to insist whatever this insight is freeing. But yeah, whoever I'm looking at, you had a lot going on back then. And perhaps that more empowered version of you would have made different decisions, but the point is that you can better see it and access it now. Okay. And also, it's going to answer a big question. Why have I been holding on to this? They have to answer that too in their own way. But what you conclude is what you conclude. What they've concluded is what they've concluded. We have the letters W, E. U, E, F. Okay. And then we have the chakra in reverse. Yeah, it's going to get in alignment soon. But I can see where we feel like a little out of verse when it comes to this one. Okay, or this situation. What will actually happen between you two, I have not a clue. As far as I can tell, what they feel for you has not changed. Okay? Oh, what's going on? I projected my unhappiness onto you. I knew exactly what I was doing. I should have said what I didn't say. Some of you, or them, reverse energies, were at a critical time on their timelines. Perhaps it was the both of you, where the stress was unbelievable. You were going through changes, so were they. And in some way, you two projected your unhappiness and therefore your choices onto each other by massively rejecting this due to stress, fears, who knows. It kind of left a splinter in you and them about choices and direction and things like that. I knew exactly what I was doing. I do see this person saying that in their own way. I know what I felt. I know what I felt towards you. That's the part I was least confused about, apparently. But somebody said, I should have said what I didn't say. So the things that we didn't say, we wished we had done. Anyway. Whatever this is, it's not like I'm saying, you know, reconnection. That might be in time. But the processing, specifically why we held on to it, it's enough, honey, for you to stop. You can pick up your direction again. Whatever it is you were headed towards, Knight of Pentacles, Chariot. You can head back, but I just see you stopping long enough to digest this, if nothing else. I'm not saying you have to change direction. No, that's down to you. That's choice. That's always going to be choice. What I'm saying is I don't know what you'll do with this information. I just know it's what you needed. Okay? In a way, this is beautiful and gives you some sort of resolve over a difficult subject. I hope it's what you need. But their heart still goes to you, in a way, you know? Just FYI. Like I said, they have their own stuff to work through about why they've held on to this. All right, Cancer, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.